Man, know yourself, and you shalt know the gods. People bring about their own undoing through their tongues. If one tries to navigate unknown waters, one runs the risk of shipwreck. If you search for the laws of harmony, you will find knowledge. Listen to your conviction, even if they seem absurd to your reason. Experience will show you, a master can only point the way. Love is one thing, knowledge is another. True sages are those who give what they have, without meanness and without secret. Organization is impossible unless those who know the laws of harmony lay the foundation. An answer brings no illumination unless the question has matured to a point where it gives rise to this answer, which thus becomes its fruit. Therefore, learn how to put a question. Know the world in yourself. Never look for yourself in the world, for this would be to project your illusion. You will free yourself when you learn to be neutral and follow the instructions of your heart without letting things perturb you. This is the way of Mott. Judge by cause, not by effect. The first thing necessary in teaching is a master, the second is a pupil capable of carrying on the tradition. The man who knows how to lead one of his brothers towards what he has known may one day be saved by that very brother. Not the greatest master can go even one step for his disciple, in himself he must experience each stage of developing consciousness. Therefore he will know nothing for which he is not ripe. By knowing one reaches belief. By doing one gains conviction. When you know, dare. Grain must return to the earth, die, and decompose for new growth to begin. Every man is rich in excuses to safeguard his prejudices, his instincts, and his opinions. True teaching is not an accumulation of knowledge, it is an awakening of consciousness which goes through successive stages. The Nile ain't just a river in Egypt. You can't make war in the Middle East without Egypt, and you can't make peace without Syria. Some dog I got too. We call him Egypt. Because in every room he leaves a pyramid. When we look back at the Mayans or ancient Egypt, we look at their art. A book has got smell. A new book smells great. An old book smells even better. An old book smells like ancient Egypt. I am dying, Egypt, dying. The Egyptians could run to Egypt, the Syrians into Syria. The only place we could run was into the sea, and before we did that we might as well fight. Before I die, I will preach to the Muslims in the Arab world. I will preach in Egypt, Lebanon, Syria, and Iran. I will preach in Tehran. I will do it under the umbrella of God. And see its impact. In Egypt today most people are concerned with getting bread to eat. Only some of the educated understand how democracy works. Public opinion in Egypt is very antagonistic to the way the dictatorship, Mubarak dictatorship, interpreted relations with Israel. Very antagonistic. If you look at the Nile on a map of Egypt, you don't think it has moved very much, but the river is very violent and has moved over time. If Egypt were going to change, it is going to change through the young people. If Egypt is unstable, then the entire region is unstable. The President of the Arab Republic of Egypt is the commander of the armed forces, full stop. If you are a writer from Turkey, Pakistan, Nigeria, Egypt, you don't have the luxury of being apolitical. You can't say, "That's politics. I'm just doing my work." Butterfly Mosque came out of the emails I wrote to family and friends back home after moving to Egypt. Egypt is a large, complex, very important country. The fact of the matter is that whether it's in London or Egypt or Turkey or New York or Washington, we have to pay the price of guarding ourselves, which is internal vigilance. Egypt is not a country we live in but a country that lives within us. Egypt gave birth to what later would become known as Western civilization, long before the greatness of understanding develops by degrees. An answer if profitable in proportion to the intensity of the quest. The way of knowledge is narrow. The only active force that arises out of possession is fear of losing the object of possession. All organs work together in the functioning of the whole. Our senses serve to affirm, not to know. Physical consciousness is indispensable for the achievement of knowledge. The nut doesn't reveal the tree it contains. It is better not to know and to know that one does not know, than presumptuously to attribute some random meaning to symbols. If you defy an enemy by doubting his courage, you double it. It is the passive resistance from the helm that steers the boat. If you would build something solid, don't work with wind, always look for a fixed point, something you know that is stable, yourself. Each truth you learn will be, for you, as new as if it had never been written. Who has not done any evil act, his or her heart may be found right. When he opens up his path, may he carry me along, safe and sound. When a son attends to his father, it is a twofold joy for both. When wise things are prescribed to him, the son is, to be, gentle. Wealth can come through your Creator's goodwill. That which is said in your heart, let it be realized by springing up spontaneously. Shining eye inside, let him guide my heart. One should do nothing with a false heart. Never speak untruth and falsity knowingly. May no lies be spoken against me in the presence of God. Listen with kindness for a clear explanation.